Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on Akira. Ooh, Akira. Death
I
Note.
can fight.
And yeah, basically what we're going to be doing here is using the Illyrs. This is actually a kind of a fun team here. The little dragon family here that I got going on. It's actually a pretty fun team. Not as much mythic support as I'd like, but we can make it work. I could probably swap out Bonus Doubler for just another mythic. I'm considering doing that. Another mythic that offers, like, you know, good support. But for now, this will probably do. Probably like air for the extra healing, because so far I've been struggling with getting the healing on male Illyr. Since female Illyr has finished in her A skill, male Illyr, well, he came with the Bulwark skill, but I swapped that out for No C Disrupt, so no healing there. You know, I was saying that you can run Mystic Boost on him just to get some hope there, but
Steady now.
since I'm only running 3 mythics, I'm always going to be a little bit short, so...
Good morning.
decisions, you know, a lot of things to think about, but for now we're doing okay. Plus he does have that miracle. If push comes to shove, you can always depend on that, as long as you get the space requirements in. Just keep that in mind. But you need 3 units within 3 spaces. But
let's go.
Aside from that, this is a pretty nifty team here.
Let me aid you.
Getting a little bit tricked up here with my initiation, because ultimately what I want to do here is take out Idun, and once I take out Idun, I also need to take out Yoon, because the whatever the thing is that Yoon does, I forget right now, is very annoying, and I might not have the support from Peony to neutralize the effects. So taking out Yoon on this turn, or the turn that I initiate on, is probably going to be for the best. So I'm just getting a little bit tricked up on that, and I wanted to leave Hector alive so I can get the pots afterwards. So yeah, a little bit tricky here. I could have went with the Edelgard team and just, you know, destroyed this, but I figure let's give the Illyr team some joy here. New kid on the block, very, very similar to Legendary Seliph, but infantry form. Missing the kill on the Idun there, but don't want to go that direction.
Steady now.
Alright, we'll keep working on that. I think we can get that. That should be, because there's only 1 unit up there, and as I said, 3 units within 3 spaces. Both of these Illyr benefit from that, so you definitely want to have your units close by to the Illyrs so that they can get the full benefits out of their weapons and their specials as well. Side note, aside from that, while I set this up, I've been watching, if you need an anime to watch, it's pretty action-packed. Ragna Crimson, yeah. It's so good. It's so much action in it. It's kind of like Black Clover, but without magic. Well, no, I think Black Clover is probably not a fair comparison. It's kind of like Eminence in the Shadow, but without the main character. Yeah, it has a, I don't know how to describe it, man. It's just really good. It's a really good isekai. My God, why am I saying these words? What are these words? I'm like in my 30s and I'm saying these words. It's so ridiculous, but that's what it is. I'm probably just saying it. That's what it is. It's an isekai, and yeah, he's just killing dragons, man. It's really dope. It's up to like episode 20 now, so really good time to pick up some episodes if you haven't started watching it yet. I'm thinking if you like action-packed anime, you'll be thoroughly entertained. And the story isn't bad. The story is half decent. So yeah, check that out. aside from that one, I'm also like really into Apothecary Diaries, which is kind of like a whodunit type thing,
Let
but
me
like
guide you.
in anime. Think Detective Conan, but not Detective Conan. It's yeah, kind of like that. Very very good as well. I feel like I'm like kind of in the. I feel like I should have waited until it finished before I picked it up. I'm kind of like in that stage where I hate the suspense of waiting every week to see a new episode come out because it kills the what's that word? Euphoria that you get
Of course.
from watching episode to episode. So that's kind of where I am with that one. And then I also recently finished
Excuse me?
The Devil's a Part-Timer. Oh, that was real bad. It was not necessarily that it was really, really bad. It's that they had a lot of material that they could work with to make it good, and the writing was just terrible. Like, coming close to the end, a lot of things just went completely left. Like, the writer just didn't know what to do with it. He had a lot of pieces put together to make it like end really well. I don't know if this is like the last season, but it's yeah, it didn't end as well as it was building up to, and yeah, I was a bit disappointed with the ending. It has a really nice concept, a really interesting concept, but it just didn't pan out to be very good. So you probably want to avoid that one. But I mean, if you've watched everything else, you can probably check that one out just to have something to look at. But yeah, definitely recommend Ragna Crimson. It is really good. Yeah, give that one a shout.
Of course.
And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. That's how I spent my weekend.
I'm with you.
Really not much else. We're almost done with this one. I gotta back out here because again, I said I want to leave Hector alive so I can get the pots. Really not a lot of mobility here in terms of like units that can go around and get stuff, which is one of the reasons that I really love. Man, Astrid is just so good. Just being a cav and having the movement, she's really just good at getting like pots and stuff. Maybe I should put well, you can't put alarm on ranged calves, can you? No, I don't think so. So yeah, that's probably the only thing she's missing. If she could like Kanto, but I need the B skill for the ruse, so you know, it is what it is. But in any case, Elir here cleaning it up. I'm gonna figure out how to get the pots on the next turn, and then GG's. We'll probably play one more since I did skip a day, so I have enough ether for one more match. Lumira is a decent support. What is it, drive +4 or is it 5? I don't know, but I feel like we could do better
Very well.
as a support unit. There's probably someone else that I can bring that will just round out the team even better in terms of a mythic option.
It's a promise.
Who we got? We got Air.
Steady now.
I really love Nerthus. We could have Nerthus here as well. But in terms of what this team is doing, Lumera probably fits better. Air is probably one that I would bring because, as I said earlier, the healing is a problem. And then there's also Asker. Now, Asker doesn't necessarily fit the playstyle of this team. You do get the +4 to attack and res, attack and speed, as well as you get all stats up 4 from his, well, not stats, you get in combat boost from his resonance shield and blade, but not necessarily needed for this team here. Lumera is probably the best option in terms of support mythic for this team currently. We'll see what comes out in the future, but GG's. We're going to play one more, as I said. Alright. Here's the second match of the day against Tom Akers. We're going to use the same team again. Downside here is that it is going to be a little bit difficult to set up here on this map with the... well, I'm going to lose a unit. What the... How much res? 70 res. Jesus. 70 res. Oh my... No flowers or nothing? Just straight up 70? My god, that is so much. Yo, units these days be having attack stats in their defense and res. Even their speed. Like, that is so much. There's no way. Alright, so I'm gonna lose a unit here. I'm gonna have to waste a dance. Not what I wanted, but we'll make it work. Jesus Christ, that is so much. 70 res. But yeah, this is fine. As I said, all you need to do is lane bait, and we have enough units so that we can bait the lanes that we want to bait. Enough spaces to avoid getting caught. So this should work out fine here. It's a really nice Bramamon. Really nice option with the Ymir there, Summer Ymir. I kind of bench my Summer Ymir, like I don't know what to do with her, so she's kind of in the barracks. She works really well with, what's his name, Soren, but I don't really play to that style, so it doesn't really benefit me. This is an interesting setup here where they have the tactics room right over your head, so that little play that I would run with Tana is kind of not necessarily hard countered because I have the spaces to avoid it, but it is a little bit more challenging to set up here because you'd have to, how you would position Tana to get this done. Yeah, it's a bit much because you want to have a point to initiate from, and currently they're just, you could still initiate on one of the traps and gamble, but if that's not what you're into, then you're gonna be really stuck in a bad situation. So yeah, people are finding interesting ways to play around that little Tana play, but I mean overall I just think this map is done because of how strong the melee units are getting. Looking at Omnitanks right now, looking at Alir, looking at Seliph as well, and people are just catching on to you just need to avoid the lanes that don't favor you in terms of matchups. And to do that, you need the spaces.
Excuse me.
So some people are catching on to that. Still see some people, like most of the casual players are still like running full structures in their back row, and half of them don't even matter, which is another thing. Like, they've given us so many structures like in the game's life cycle to kind of help us out, but on offense, the majority of them are like useless aside from the bow tower. And for me, the healing tower, and of course, well, the bolt tower and the healing tower. I feel like the bolt tower is really just the best offensive structure. Everything else is kind of just pointless. I use the healing tower because that's just my playstyle. And I guess you could say that the bolt tower matches a specific playstyle as well. If you're looking at it, really, you don't need the ladders. If you're as long as you're confident that you won't lose, you really don't need the ladders. You don't need the safety fence. You don't need the healing tower, and if you know what you're doing, you don't need the bow tower either. So there's really only one structure here, which is the whatever that thing is in the bottom right corner, bottom left corner. I forget. That's the only, it's not even that you need it, you just can't remove it, which sucks. So that's kind of weird that they've provided so many. I don't know if they've just outgrown their usefulness or if they were ever useful to begin with. Like, I'm thinking about things like the tactics room, the infantry schools. On offense, they don't really assist you as much as they do on defense. I feel like the ones that really stand out are like the one that gives you the ability to reuse your dual skill on the following turn. That one's good. Yeah, not much else, man. Like, it's not exactly balanced, but then the same could say for the ones on defense, where the majority of them don't really take effect until the enemy is already, or your opponent has already acted. So probably the main ones that you want to focus on is going to be like the catapult and the dual hindrance. Those two really play a big role on defense, but aside from that, you can't really depend on the bolt tower because it's just about positioning. It only goes off on one turn. If the bolt tower went off on like every second turn or something like that, then maybe it would be more beneficial on defense, depending on how you use it. As you can see, Alir here just eating everything up. AoEs don't even matter. But yeah, as I mentioned before, the healing is a problem. Not being able to recover any health after combat is a weakness of his here, and I'm very surprised that he just tinged off that Samurai Ymir, but that's a good unit for you, and as long as she has support around, she'll be able to do that. But we're gonna be able to take her out on the following turn. Kind of disappointed that Anoka didn't attack there. All right, what do we do from here? Hold on. Okay, alright, we're gonna retreat with Malelir since he has no way to heal. The other option would be to just let him die, but there's no point in doing that. Okay, we're gonna save the miracle. We don't need to waste it. We're gonna retreat with Malelir, and then a healer would actually be a good option on this team.
Let me aid you.
I could drop one of the Alirs for a healer. That's probably a good option. But anyways, we're gonna retreat and then let female Alir just handle business here. She's gonna be able to sweep everything here pretty much, and that will be the rest of the match. I just gotta figure out how to get the pots. The tactics room is gonna be annoying. Yeah, kind of annoying here.
Leave here at once.
There goes Noka. And we should be able to handle that Ymir.
I'll stand firm.
Just gotta back out here. I mean, I could just warp, or I could reposition. I got so many options here. Tactics room there, again, being really annoying.
I go.
Yet another AHR banner, A Hero Rises, where Edelgard gets knocked out in the first round. It is a curse. Like, what is going on? This is a meme at this point. Like, there's really no reason for them to have... I mean, I really wanted the Armored Blaze fodder.
Excuse me.
It's just as... They even knocked out Dimitri for Claude. Like, what? Dimitri has the best fodder there.
Very
Like,
well.
if you want to... Like, if you... I don't know... You really don't need Claude merges. Even Tsunaki got knocked out. Yeah, they got the Green Dream. The propaganda worked.
Very well.
Joel was successful with his shenanigans, but I don't think he got the units that he wanted. I mean, Peony's there for sure, but no Dimitri, no Tsunaki. Well, I mean, wrong color, but I think no Dimitri. No Dimitri hurts the banner because you get Claude, who kind of isn't in the greatest space right now. You lose out on No Quarter, which is kind of like one of the best specials that infantry units or just melee units can have in general. So I don't know. I don't really see the value of the banner that they're going to put out. I'm probably going to skip, or maybe just spark a Peony and then move on. Really don't need very much from that banner. It's Claude, Peony, and
Excuse me.
who else is even on there? I can't remember right now, but it's not too appealing, if you ask me. Alir is on there, which is, I mean, it's good to have a mythic, but you only need like one, a +1, maybe, not too much more. So it really, I feel like the value of the banner really just was severely reduced because of the units that got knocked out. So not too interested. Let's see who wins. Hopefully Peony wins, because that would be really great free fodder. But aside from that, I'm not too keen on the AHR banner that's going to come out in a little bit after this, but we'll see what happens. Man, I'm just like really salty that Edelgard got knocked out in round 1 again. That is like tragic. Edelgard did nothing wrong. Edelgard literally did nothing wrong, so it really doesn't deserve to be treated like this. I think we got the potential for a box play here. I'm gonna box in this this Triandra, and then get the pots on the following turn, and that'll be GG's.
Let's go.
Of course. Let me aid you.
All in all, it's been a pretty successful week so far. We're coming up on Ask for Anima next, and we're looking at Reagan and who was it? Reagan and Freyr.
I'll stand firm.
Yeah, Reagan and Freyr. So that should be pretty interesting. Probably gonna have to rebuild my anima defense. Well, maybe I'll just swap out a unit for. We'll see what I do. But GG's. Been a successful day in the keep. See you in the next video.